Come on. And now it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Welcome to the Sportz Nutz.
The Sportz Nutz are back.
You are now listening to the Sportz Nutz.
Hey, welcome to yet another fulfilling episode of the Sportz Nutz. Wow, it's hard to believe that we're only 1 month away from the NFL draft. Y'all, we have a solid episode lined up today. It's one that's going to get you thinking, one that'll give you hopes for the upcoming season and more. Y'all, before we get going, let's give a quick welcome to everybody listening on 95.5 KFCE, TigerNation.live, and the other 8 radio stations that we air on, as well as now the 40 countries we also air in. Thank you guys so much. Our newest country that we air in actually now is Spain. So we're really excited about that. Thank you so much. Shane, man, what's going on with you, brother? Happy Friday. You made it.
Oh yeah, I would say the work week is done, but hey,
It's not.
I'm going in tomorrow to get some things try to get some things caught up. So man, it's a lovely really warm day up here. The wind is howling out there now, bringing in a nice little cold front. So might get some rain tonight. So but other than that, man, it's a beautiful day up here in the mountains, man. And man, I'm psyched for this episode. I got 2 different screens going on here on the laptop. I got the Braves game in the background. So man, it's just a great day all around here in my book.
Absolutely. We're waiting for Ben Willis to show up. He should be here momentarily. I just texted him to say, "Are you coming on?" So hopefully we'll hear from him soon. Shane, send him a message if you can too. All right, guys, we have a lot of guests on tonight. We actually have a good buddy of ours. You've seen him here before. His name is Mark Livingston. He's with Greenville Sports Media. He is an avid Philadelphia Eagles fan. So we have him on. We're really excited about that one. Now we have a new guy, and he is a really good buddy of mine as well. His name is Tim from Answer the Call. It is a sports talk show that covers pretty much all NFL, all football, and anything else. He is a great guy to talk to. You're going to really enjoy talking with him. Our good friend Ben Rodriguez from Inside the Locker Room also is going to join us. He lives up in New Jersey, so you know the Shane, traffic in New Jersey, they kind of go hand in hand together. It is the North, So, but guys, we are going to do the NFL mock draft. We're only going to do 3 rounds, maybe. It just depends on everything. But then also want to let everybody know that we do still have a little bit of a show to cover. We are going to talk about opening day, opening week, and opening night, whatever you want to call it. I really don't care because it's baseball. Baseball's back. Let's give a welcome applause to baseball. We saw something happen that I was pretty in shock with yesterday with Paul Skeens. What is it? We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. We're also going to talk about the Sweet 16. It's off to a start with a bang. There's some pretty good matchups. We saw a little bit of an upsets, actually. There is no more. There is one Cinderella remaining. The other one is no longer there. Who are they? We'll talk about this in a few minutes. And then, of course, everybody's favorite, the ever popular honorable mentions, where we give you 1 to 4 sports stories that usually the mainstream media either A, doesn't cover enough of, or they don't cover, period. Why? We do, though, because we are the Sports Nuts, where we are nuts about sports. All right. So with that being said, let me get my notes pulled up right here. The first person we're bringing on. What's up, Tim? How are you doing, brother?
Brandon, I showed up to do 2 things, all right? Chew bubble gum and answer the call, and I'm all out of bubble gum, so I'm ready to answer the call.
Let's go. Let's get it. We can't wait to that one. And then my guy, Mark, what's up, my brother, man? Happy Friday. You made it. You're here.
What's going on, fellas?
Oh, we got to give a special shout out also to our guy, Matt. Matt has got COVID, so he will not be, unfortunately, with us because, he is pretty yucky under the weather. But we want to tell everybody, please make sure he gets better. Today was actually a pretty big day for me. I got my stitches taken out of my knee. I have sterile stripped on my leg for the next 10 days, but yeah, we're heading in the right direction. Hey, before we go into the NFL draft, today was a really crazy story that just happened out of Juniper, Florida. Tiger Woods has been arrested for DUI again. God, Tiger, come on, dude. It's been almost 10 years to the day since the last time this happened. So please, he was racing in a residential zone, not racing, but speeding in a residential zone, flipped his car, and he was discombobulated, disoriented, all that kind of stuff. And he did blow a 0.00 on a breathalyzer. He did decline to take a urine sample, so they charged him with DUI, and he will not be released until at earliest midnight tonight. But who knows? We'll see on that one. So just want to let everybody know that one of the biggest stories on there. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, Shane, Tim, and of course my guy Mark. Well, like I said, we're waiting for both Bens to be here. God, that's so funny. Come on. But let's get on it. So Shane, you're on the clock because you're the first person we're gonna make the pick here tonight. What we're gonna do is we're gonna give you we're gonna try and give you 3 full rounds of NFL mock draft coverage. Maybe we can give you some hints. Maybe we can tell your general managers, hey, we should pick this kind of individual. So the first pick on the draft belongs to the Las Vegas Raiders. All right, Shane, who are you selecting with the first pick and why?
Well, it's kind of a consensus number 1 pick. I've said it a couple times already. Probably the most clear-cut consensus number 1 pick since Trevor Lawrence was drafted. So this first pick is going to go to a team need, definitely, and somebody worth going the first pick on with his intangibles, in my opinion, for a quarterback in this draft, and it's going to be Fernando Mendoza.
Oh, all right. Good choice. Fernando Mendoza definitely is one of the most clear-cut choices this year, really, in the NFL draft. Like Shane just said, it's the most clear-cut number 1 pick since Trevor Lawrence came into the league. Great choice all around. I think they're going to get a bona fide winner. He is also a people pleaser. He's a very good person to speak with. We are working diligently. We should have him on for about 10 minutes. We're actually, I got to call him next week and just to verify he will be coming on. But we should have Fernando Mendoza actually coming on the Sportz Nuts. It's literally on. If we have it's literally for 10 minutes. That's all it is. So, but make sure you get your popcorn ready. Good choice on that one. All right, my next one was going to go to Matt, but since Matt is not here and Ben is not here yet, Ben is our New York Jets guy. So let's go to you, Tim. I know we had you slated at a different pick, but since our first 2 guys or our other 2 guys aren't here, we're going to go to you. The New York Jets, they are on the clock. And who are you selecting with the number 2 overall pick?
So the Jets made a big trade in the offseason. They gave up, an edge rusher to acquire a defensive tackle. So they have a big glaring need at defensive end. edge rusher, and there is one name that just sticks out to me, and that is David Bailey, edge rusher from Texas Tech. Guy has a high motor, and I think in an Aaron Glenn defense, he's really going to shine.
Ooh, I like that pick. There's some other names that I've heard on that one. One name is Averell Reese. I believe it's the linebacker. He is
Arvell
outside.
Reese,
Arvell, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard Arvell's name mentioned several times. But that's a good pick that you got there. I like that one. All right, so Mark, we're going to go to you. Obviously, you are the next pick on the draft. It is the third selection in the NFL draft, and that belongs to the hapless Arizona Cardinals. Mark,
Okay.
who are you selecting?
Who's this going to? Who's the third pick?
Arizona Cardinals.
The Cardinals. That's what I thought. Well, Cardinals, they definitely are going to need offensive linemen. They're also going to be needing a quarterback. I think they're going to get that later on in the draft because Kyler Murray's over there. So I'm going to go with Francisco Mayoga from the University of Miami. He's the best offensive tackle prospect. And also, like I said, they're going to need somebody to protect a new quarterback's blind spot. So Mayoga from Miami is my guy.
I like that guy. Not going to lie, that's kind of who I was hoping the Falcons would select. I know it was a shot in the dark that he was even going to be there, but I'm just saying that was one of my all-time opportunities. All right, so the next selection comes on there is the fourth pick goes to your Tennessee Titans. Now, this one is me. I've been torn on this one because the Titans, they need help all around. They really do. You need help at wide receiver, at running back. You could sort of say you have the solution. You need to have a quarterback. I'm not too sure yet, though. I'm not sold if Will Levis is exactly the answer. Here's what I'm going to do. And Shane and Tim, and Mark, I want you guys to tell me your thoughts on this one. I'm going to go with Jeremiah Love, the running back out of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Titans, they have absolutely. They look like a duck out of water. But Tennessee, they need help at running back. They haven't been really good in running back since Derrick Henry was there. You've kind of had glimpses of possibilities, but never surified abilities. So that's why I am taking Jeremiah Love, running back out of Notre Dame. What do you guys think about the pick? I'm going to start with you, Tim. What do you think about that pick?
Well, this was originally my pick that I was supposed to have. I was supposed to have the Titans at fourth overall, and I had them taking Jeremiah Love. I think Saleh has enough pieces on the defense with the addition of Brian Dable being the focal point, needs to be the focal point on offense is build pieces around Cam Ward. They went out and got Wan'Dale Robinson in free agency, but what better way to help a young quarterback and really get him in rhythm than go out and get a great running back who can also catch out of the backfield. I love Jeremiah Love going to the Titans here. Now, I will say, don't be shocked if teams are trying to trade up at that number 4 spot to nab Jeremiah Love, though.
You hit the nail on the head on that. What do you think about this selection, Shane? You're a big running guy. I know you are. Don't tell me you're not, because I know you are. What do you think about this selection with Jeremiah Love, me taking him to Tennessee?
I just think that between some people have Arvell Reese going second, some people have Bailey going second. I think between those two guys, the put pieces on that defense, I don't think that you can pass that up, honestly. So I would have taken Arvell Reese if he was available there, or David Bailey.
I like that. What about you, Mark? What would you have selected at this fourth position, knowing that, do you agree with Jeremiah Love, or who would you maybe selected at the fourth position?
As much as I like Jeremiah Love, and like I said, I think you can. I think there's other good running backs that they can also address in the draft as well. So I think you got Nick Singleton from Penn State. You got CJ Baxter. I think you got some good running backs that you can get a good value at the later rounds. I was Shane on this. Since my man Tim took David Bailey, who I probably would have had as this pick. So I would probably go with the other guy than Arvell Reese on this one. And nothing against Jeremiah Love, like I said, but I think Tennessee has so many different needs right now that I think running back, there's a lot of other good quality. I think you get a running back later on in the draft.
There's a real possibility. I like all these, like your all's choices. I was literally torn between Arvell Reese and and Jeremiah Love. But I chose Jeremiah Love just because you guys, you know, we all know this. The Tennessee Titans, they need help literally everywhere they can get it. And Tim hit the nail on the head. What a great way to start by getting another solid piece beside Cam Ward, Will Levis, whoever. It would be Cam Ward, but I'm just saying whoever. But all right, so the number 5th pick, it belongs to the New York Football Giants. Shane, who are you selecting with the number 5 overall pick?
Well, number 5 overall pick. New York needs a couple different things, but I'm going to go with the guy out of the Ohio State University. Even with Arvell Reese being right there, I think that they're kind of solid on the defense, kind of as it is. So I'm going to go to the offensive side of the ball and take Carnell Tate. Here you give Jackson Dart. Give Jackson Dart a nice big target to throw to, and hopefully get that offense a little bit more explosive.
That was who I was hoping I was going to take that one too. All right, Tim, what do you think about Shane's pick? That's a pretty good pick, I think.
Well, Brandon, you're right. I mean, and Shane, great pick there. Wide receiver, go get him paired up with Jackson Dart. You lost Wan'Dale Robinson in free agency, so you kind of have a glaring need at wide receiver. Go get a wide receiver. I love the pick there. I mean, there's so many that they could go there. They could go Sonny Styles. They could, address offensive line early. I mean, there are so many, but I do love Carnell Tate going. And I think in my very first mock draft I had Carnell Tate going to the Giants to pair up with Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors. So great choice there, Shane.
Dude, I'm agreeing with you. Ladies and gentlemen, my man sitting below me, Ben Rodriguez. What's up, brother? How are you doing? Happy Friday. You made it through the traffic. How are you doing, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Glad to be a part of this mock draft show. Hear you guys talking about the Giants pick just now. A little Carnell Tate action there. That certainly makes the next pick interesting for the Browns. But yep, beat that North Jersey traffic, and we here today, man.
Absolutely. All right. So since you just joined us, I was going to go to Mark, but I'm going to actually go to you because we haven't heard from you yet. You are on the clock. The number 6 pick belongs to the Cleveland Browns. And I guarantee you, none of you guys are going to have a quarterback on this selection because it is actually, I'm not going to guarantee because it is the Browns. But Ben,
they got a quarterback
on the clock. Don't do that. Who are you selecting with the number 6th overall pick to the Cleveland Browns?
So assuming that Carnell Tate goes number 5 to the Giants and wide receiver kind of runs out a little early, assuming that Carnell Tate is on the top of Cleveland's board here, I'm going to have to reach on a player here, but he's been climbing a lot of people's boards lately. I'm going to go with the tackle out of Georgia, Monroe Freeling. And I'm going to go with this pick because not only do the Browns need a massive help at offensive line, I think what they're going to do this offseason, what head coach Todd Monken has been showing, is that they want to build around QB Shedeur Sanders. So what better way to do that than to give him this star-studded tackle and, help that Browns offensive line that needs a lot of help right now. I mean, they brought back a couple guys. I think they re-signed 2 of their offensive linemen, but I mean, every team in this draft is going to need help in the trenches. So I mean, the Browns also have pick 24, so they could address wide receiver there. So, but I got Monroe Freeling going number 6. Pretty high for him, but I like the pick there for him.
Hey, I like it. I think that's a good. He's actually high on my board. I like him. He's quick to the ball. He's quick at reads. Everything. I love it. Mark, what do you think about this selection? Do you agree that would be the choice you'd have chose, or what? What do you think about this selection?
I mean, I think that was a good choice. I had him high. I didn't quite have him that high. Me personally, I would have went with offensive tackle Spencer Fano from Utah. I just think that he would have provided the offensive line stability. Because don't like you talked about quarterback. Like I said, I don't think there's outside of Fernando Mendoza. I think Ty Simpson's your next, but I think he's going to be later. So, I would have went with offensive line for Utah myself, though. But like I said, I still think it's a good pick, though. You can't really go wrong with anybody from Georgia.
I love it. Absolutely. All right. The next pick is number 7. It goes to the Washington Redskins. I'm going to choose this one. Oh, man. what do I just said Redskins. It's hard for me to say Commanders. I still say Redskins, but man, this is going to be a tough one. We know Jaden Daniels will be back. They might get some help later on with wide receiver, but they really need help in defense. They really do. And that's Dan Quinn's specialty. You guys know this. Dan Quinn, it was synonymous with founding the original Legion of Boone for the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to go, you know what? How about this? I'm going to go Reuben Bain Jr., defensive end from Miami. What are your thoughts on that one, Shane? What are your thoughts on that pick?
I probably wouldn't have gone with that pick just because they really need more so interior defensive linemen than anything on that team. But Caleb Downs is sitting right there, and they badly need safety help. So
I was
would've
debating
went
on
with
that one. I
Caleb
really was.
Downs right there.
I was torn. I was like, because I like Ruben. I think he will do good for what they are trying to accomplish at the Commanders. Yeah, it's a coin toss on that one. All right, so now comes the number 8 overall pick, and this is going to go to you, Tim. Who are you selecting for the New Orleans Saints?
Oh, the Saints. Well, when I'm looking at the Saints' needs, a glaring need for me is a big edge rusher. They need defensive help in the worst of ways. I know that Kellen Moore is an offensive-minded coach, but from what I've seen so far, there's a couple of defensive ends that can fit the bill here. And it's kind of a flip the coin, but you're going to take the better one out of the two. And I'm going to have them take defensive end Arvell Reese because he's still sitting there at number 8 for some reason. And I think this guy can come in and give that Saints defense much needed star power on that side of the ball. So Arvell Reese, defensive end.
And we're not cheering you on, Saints. Don't ask us to. Just throwing that up there. Had to just say that, just got to take a stab at them. All right. Now comes a team that absolutely fell off their rocker. Boy, did they ever fall off their rocker. This team needs to address a lot. They don't have a real depth at wide receiver. Their star wide receiver could be suspended or imprisoned, or heck, both. With Rashid Rice. We're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, and this pick belongs to Ben Rodriguez. Ben, who are you selecting at the number 9 seed for the Kansas City Chiefs?
It's a kind of sticky situation for the Chiefs because, you certainly hope they wouldn't be picking this high going forward, considering their recent success these past few years. But I'm going to go with a pick considering that, Trent McDuffie just left the building. I'm going to go with Mansour Delane here. And, you could argue Caleb Downs there as well, either or. But, Caleb Downs could also go to the next pick to the Cincinnati Bengals. But I'm going to go with Mansour Delane. He's clear cut. You could argue the best corner in the draft straight up. And, there is also Jermon McCoy out of Tennessee, but he did not play last year due to injuries. So Mansour Delane's the one with the most tape out right now. And I got that pick for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I dig it, actually. I like it. And by the way, I got to correct you on this, Ben. You've got to say the Bungles correctly. It's the Cincinnati Bungles, not Bengals. The Bungles. All right, Mark Livingston, that pick belongs to you. Number 10, it is the Cincinnati Bungles. Who are you selecting to be the next?
Outside of Fernando Mendoza, this is probably the easiest pick ever for me. First of all, Who Day for the Bengals. Welcome to the jungle, all that garbage. I'm going to go, and Ben kind of forecasted what I was going to say on this one. But the best safety in this draft right now is Caleb Downs, and the Bungles, whatever you want to call them, need all kinds of help at defense. So anybody on defense can help them. But I'm going to say Caleb Downs is going to be, it's the best safety in this draft.
Ooh, I'm going to tell you who I have, and I want you guys to tell me your thoughts. And I'm going to start with Shane on this one, okay? Shane, I had Peter Woods, the defensive tackle from Clemson. The Bengals, they have It is so well documented. They have so much issues at defense. I mean, I've run out of fingers and toes at how many struggles they have on defense. I mean, it's been years. I mean, they have struggles really on offense as well, but defense is more than anything. What do you think about Mark's pick, Shane? And what do you think about me about possibly taking Peter Woods?
I don't think Peter Woods is far enough. That's a little bit too far of a reach for me with that pick, especially with both safeties. Dylan Theinman out of Oregon still there, as well as Caleb Downs with that pick. Sonny Styles still on the board there, but then I know I'm not even going to attempt the first name, but the guard out of Penn State, Ione.
Oh,
Let's call him Vega.
Yeah, Vega. Yeah, he's something that they need and could potentially, if Burrow can stay healthy, they can put somebody young, big in front of them that kind of help maybe sway his decision and stay a little bit longer.
I agree. We know this. The Bungles, they need help, boy. And by the way, I got a shout out to Chris Berman. He's the one that coined the phrase the Bungles. So I got to give a shout out to Chris Berman. They really need help. They absolutely need help. This would have been for our guy Ben Willis. He's actually has company in town. He told me he replied to my text message. But so with that being said, because he is family to you, Shane, the number 11 overall pick goes to the Miami Dolphins. Who are you selecting with the number 11th pick?
Another team that has a glaring need at wide receiver that we see here.
Yeah, they don't have the cheetah was shoot.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill, thank you.
Tyreek Hill, anymore.
And Jalen Waddle now.
Yeah,
Waddle's gone too. So I like there's two guys here. Makai Lemon out of USC. But I'm real big and a guy that's starting to kind of shoot up some boards. Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State.
Yes,
is a great receiver to pick here. So I'm definitely gonna pick him up. Try to get those great receivers early, because there's mediocre receivers all throughout this draft, but there's only a few of the great ones that you could spend a top 15 pick on. So I'm going to go with Jordan Tyson there.
I mean, I agree with you. There is a lot of decent. They're not great. They're decent. Now, I got to go to this one because this is Tim's favorite team to heckle. And we're talking the number 12 pick in the draft. It is the Dallas Cowboys. Tim, who are they selecting?
See, okay, so in my last mock draft, I had them taking Vega Ione, the guard from Penn State. Okay, but there's a guy sitting there. There's a guy sitting there that I cannot believe that he's still sitting there at number 10, and that is Sonny Styles. So he's sitting there at 12. He made it past 10. Give him linebacker Sonny Styles. They finally go get a great linebacker that they have needed for so many years, and the Cowboy fans can finally have something to clap about because, well, it's the Cowboys, and they have to be stuck with Jerry Jones as their owner, but they finally get a great player to clap on. So give them Sonny Styles.
They're still not winning that Super Bowl.
Well, no, they're not winning the Super Bowl, but they can at least have something to clap about.
Exactly. Now, this pick originally belonged to my Atlanta Falcons. They traded it away to the LA Rams. I'm actually, this one is a very tough selection because the Rams, they need a lot of help. And, and more particular, the Rams, we don't know how much time is left with the quarterback situation with the Rams. I'm actually going to go Ty Simpson. I really am going Ty Simpson because
I would have done the same thing.
There is no other real quarterbacks listed right now. The reason why I'm going with them is because he has time to develop. He absolutely has time to develop. It is the Rams. I'm not giving them the credit for everything yet, but again, we are limited on a lot of quarterbacks. What are your thoughts on that pick, Shane?
I don't know. Fano's sitting right there, and they have a need on the offensive line at tackle. So I probably would have went there. Or this is my thought on this pick.
Mhm.
You know, with the names that we still have available this late so far, I would look and see them maybe trading back if this particular draft situation goes on. Maybe with a team say like the Panthers at 19, you know, where they're not too far back, you know, from their original spot, where they could possibly land Ty Simpson, but then the Panthers would be interested to maybe jump up there and get Dylan Tyman, which they have a glaring need at safety itself.
Yeah, Shane, my problem with that is they trade back. They're not going to get Ty Simpson at 19. Jets are going to
Mhm.
grab him at 16. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah, they are.
guarantee it.
They absolutely will grab there. And
That's why I liked your pick of Ty Simpson, just simply because of that.
and he can, you know, and Matthew Stafford is not someone just to brush under the rug. There is a reason why he has Hall of Fame status on him already. I mean, he's a good quarterback. He really is. He was for a long time known as the quarterback that has said Calvin Johnson, just going to throw it up and Megatron would catch it whenever. But now he has really solidified himself in the NFL rankings. So I think this was the best option that lay in place for them. Now, obviously there's a gauntlet of other positional help that they need, but this is just a good opportunity. All right, so now we go to the 14th pick in the draft. Go ahead. What are you saying?
Oh, no, go ahead. I was just going to say my only pushback was they came out and said that they do not have any urgency to find Matt Stafford's successor. So that's the only pushback I have on Ty Simpson going there.
Yeah, I've heard that too. They're dragging their feet is basically what I've heard. Now we go to the Baltimore Ravens. This team, it looked as if Max Crosby was going to be a Baltimore Raven. Obviously, that didn't come to light. They ended up getting Trey Hendrickson, which is a good selection for them in general. I think having him, and maybe if they'd had a leftover to get Max Crosby, you could have seen the Baltimore Ravens of the 2000s defense return. But I don't know. Mark, you were on the clock. You were the 14th pick. Who are you selecting for the Baltimore Ravens, and why are you choosing them?
Okay, so basically, yeah, the Ravens. Like I said, I think that right now they need some help with out on the outside with wide receiver. Like I said, you need to get Lamar some help. I would have probably went defense if they wouldn't have got Trey Hendrickson, but like I said, Trey, I think that was a good pick for them. It's a lot cheaper than Max Crosby too. So for me, if I was the Ravens, I go with Makai Lemon from USC.
Ooh, I like that's a good choice. And you know this. There's only one. I mean, guys, we're not living under rocks, but if you are, I'm sorry. Name the other wide receivers besides Zay Flowers. That's really that solid number one, or heck, even the number two position for the Ravens. There's not really anybody you can think of right now, right?
Yep.
So
Isaiah Likely. Oh wait, he's a Giants now.
Yeah.
I love it. Now comes another NFC South opponent. And what we're talking about is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at number 15. So this pick belongs to Shane Owen. Shane, I know you're a Carolina guy, but I'm a Falcons guy, and we don't really have any opportunities to pick just yet. But who are you selecting for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Man, they lost. They lost the tower when Mike Evans left this offseason. Now, I'm not going to say that they're going to get another receiver that size, but they need a tight end, and Kenyon Sadiq is up there, and he is just a freakish athlete for his size. I mean, put up just measurables at the combine. So I'm going to go with him here at tight end for the Buccaneers.
I dig it, actually. I was going to go more towards the Zion Young because, they need help, a lot of help in the defense. I mean, there was a three-way tie that happened in the NFC South that should never have really happened. It was with Atlanta and Carolina and Tampa Bay. All three finished 8-9 with Carolina getting the division crown. But Tampa Bay does need a lot of help. They need help on defense. They don't have a lot of a lot of reserves just quite yet, I think. So I think it would have been a good opportunity for them. All right. So now comes a pick worthy of picks, and I had to pick on Ben for this one. It is it's good to talk about because they're number 16. He is our New York Jets guy. Oh man, Ben, the Jets need help like no tomorrow. I mean, you could give them the first 52 picks in the draft and they'd still somehow blunder it. But who are the Jets selecting with number 16?
So based on how the board has fallen in this specific mock draft, Makai Lemon's off the board, Jordan Tyson's off the board. So can't really give Garrett Wilson help just yet. And I know we were talking about Ty Simpson going 16, but me personally, I don't have a first round grade on Ty Simpson. I feel like he struggles to push the ball down the field like immensely. And I don't know. I just feel like the Jets, they need to hit on the 16th pick. And they would be foolish not to look at the quarterback class of next year's because they have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds of next year's draft as well. So I'm gonna pass on Ty Simpson here, and Spencer Fano still on the board. So I'm gonna go with Spencer Fano out of Utah. And Elijah Vera Tucker just left via free agency, and I think Spencer Fano could realistically fall in this draft because he, in my opinion, could slide to guard. We could see him do that because he's more of a smaller offensive lineman, but that allows him to be a lot quicker. And that's like his whole kind of gimmick here. So, I mean, yeah, there you go right there. If the Jets take Ty Simpson in the first round and I'm sitting there in Pittsburgh, I'm going to be upset. I'm not going to lie.
You and I both made this joke a while back. So Ben is a really good buddy of ours. He actually he's a partner of ours too. So we have him on quite a bit, and we talk on TikTok all the time. And we made a joke that the Jets would do the Jets thing and just mess up this draft some way or another. And he said, I realistically could see them doing something boneheaded. So we'll see on that one. All right. So this next pick is the 17th pick. Dang, I wish we had Vince on here for this one. This is our Detroit Lions. And the Detroit Lions, man, they took an absolute not tiny. No. They took a major step back this year. I mean, I'm in sticker shock as to how much they really fell off their rocker. So what we're going to do, dun, 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 dun. Mark Livingston is going to select the number 17 pick for the Detroit Lions. Go, Mark. Who are you selecting and why? Oh, you're muted, sir. Your mic's muted there. There you go.
Give me just a second here, guys. My computer froze up. All right. So for the Lions, I think, like I said, I think they're gonna need offensive line strength. I think they need some help there. I'm gonna go with my guy, since I'm a future Penn State alum as of May the 9th. So I'm gonna go with Oliver Vega Lowen from Penn State.
Yes, sir. I own
Ooh,
it.
I dig it. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I'm surprised he made it as far as he did. That's just my thoughts on that one. All right, now comes the 18th pick. And this one, I'm going to give to my guy, Tim Collins. Tim, who are you selecting for the Minnesota Vikings?
Well, this is a no-brainer for me. We talked about him earlier. Shane did, and the other safety that could be taken in the first round, and that's Dylan Thiemann from Oregon. He is arguably could be up there, right there with Caleb Downs as being the best safety in this year's class. And the Vikings have a glaring need to try to replace Harrison Smith. And what better way than to go and get this player? He can play all over the field, and I think this would solidify that secondary in Minnesota. And this would be a solid pick. And I mean, let's face it. He played at Oregon, so he's kind of used to playing in the cold weather. And I mean, Minnesota has a dome, so I mean, he'll be great there in Minnesota, I feel like.
I dig that pick. That's a good safe pick on that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Harrison Barnes is getting older too now.
Yes. Now comes the 19th pick, and there's a name on the list. I'm surprised nobody has taken. I'm actually really surprised on this one. And this goes to my guy, Shane Owen. Shane Owen is going to make the selection because he is the Carolina Panthers fan. Shane, who are you selecting for your next future?
Yeah, and I know the name that you want me to say, but I think there's a couple other guys on there. One that I really think is going to help the Panthers in his rookie season if he falls this far, and I don't think this is going to be a kind of one that we can mess up with three big interior defensive linemen still being on the board. But I'm going to go with Caleb Banks out of Florida here.
Yes. Sorry. I'm not going to lie, Shane. I was hoping that was the name I was hoping you were going to say. Yes. Oh, good choice. See.
Oh, yeah. You can take Peter. I like Caleb. He's got, I think he's got better size for the need that Carolina needs, to kind of fill out their defense. So you can take him.
Now comes
I like DJ Allen with that pick, though, a linebacker out of Georgia myself.
That's a good safe selection too. I like that too.
That's who I like for that one.
Yeah, they kind of solidified their linebacker kind of edge with their two pickups in the offseason with Phillips and all. So I think that they might go more interior than that.
I mean, I dig it. It's a good pick. Now comes the 20th pick. It is the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to make this selection. Sorry, Tim. This is a name.
Hey, I already get one good pick. I can't have them getting two good picks, right? So take it away.
I agree. Now, look, the Cowboys, there's no secret around it. They really need a lot of help in defense. There is a defensive end out of Auburn, Keldrick Folk. I'm really surprised. People say he has the intangibles of a Jonathan Allen. I can see that. Absolutely. I can see that. Do I think he's going to be that way? I don't know. It's still up in the air, but that's who I'm selecting is Folk from defensive end from Auburn. It's a good pick. So, all right.
He's arguably a top 10 or 11 pick,
Yep.
So if they get him down that low, then
that's a steal. That really would be a steal. Absolutely.
So in other words, that means Jerry Jones will pass on
it. See, you guys I love it. You and Tim be like, let's go pick on Jerry Jones. We all pick on him. I mean, we've all said that. So, I mean, heck, there's even audio that he said he sold the soul to the devil to win those Super Bowls in the 90s. Who knows? The 21st pick belongs to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to throw it to Ben Rodriguez. Ben, who are you selecting for the Pittsburgh Steelers at 21?
I think Ty Simpson could go here. Not necessarily meaning he will, because I'm not sure if it's a necessarily like Steelers as kind of move, but Aaron Rodgers is still, probably sitting on a boat somewhere with his legs crossed. So we still don't know what his deal is, but I mean, I'm assuming he's going to be coming back for next year, but I mean, outside of Will Howard, who else do you have in that quarterback room? So I'm leaning Ty Simpson, but I don't know. I think I'm going to just go with Ty there.
I mean, I can understand it. Look, guys, we know that this quarterback class for 2026, it's really bad. And Ben hit the nail on the head. Shane's hit it. Tim knows.
But how can you take Ty Simpson when?
And the Rams already took him in our draft.
I took him though.
Yeah. You can't take Ty.
No, he's off the board already.
Yeah, I took him off.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. The Rams at 13.
I'm gonna go with somebody else then. I'm gonna go with Akeem Mesidor. I think if Rodgers comes back and they're gonna want to, go deep into the playoffs, farther than what they did last year, they were first round exits. I think Mesidor needs to go on a team that's kind of like in a win now kind of situation. I know the Steelers are gonna be having a new regime with McCarthy, but they're gonna want to keep, that Steelers culture of just winning. So I like Akeem Mesidor to help out their defensive line.
I dig it. And like I was saying, we know this 2027 class, that's the one everybody knows that you need to go for. It's the 2027. All right, now comes the coveted 22nd pick. Goes to my man, Tim, who is a huge, and if you guys don't see sitting behind him, and he came on, he's got his Chargers gear. Go Chargers, go. Who are they selecting with the 22nd pick? And Harbaugh better be
Yes,
listening.
Brandon, bolt up, because the Los Angeles Chargers are going to take guard Chase Basantis, Texas A&M.
Ooh.
They have a glaring need of offensive line. They did not fulfill it very well in the offseason and free agency. I don't care about Cole Strange. If you don't believe me, go check out my video on my channel. You'll see the full rundown of that. But I'm telling you, we need a strong guard, and this guy is athletic, and he can really be an anchor in that interior. Besides, it doesn't matter if he plays left guard, right guard. On the left side, he'll have Rashawn Slater. On the right side, he'll be right next to Joe Alt. There can be no wrong going with Chase Basantis in the first round to solidify that offense and please help protect Justin Herbert for the life of me.
I mean, they definitely need that extra oomph on help. So we are actually going to condense this down to a one round mock draft. We'll do the rest at another time just because of time. It's okay. But this pick right here that we're going to go to belongs to the 23rd pick, belongs to our man, Mark Livingston. Why? Because he's a Philadelphia Eagles fan himself. Mark, who are your Eagles taking at 23?
Well, the Eagles definitely need some. They're going to need some help. Because at this point in time, I'm already thinking we've already had another pick anyway. Because Ty Roseman's going to trade AJ Brown at some point. In draft days when he usually likes to make his moves. But there's no real wide receivers here that I think is really. I don't think I would reach for in the first round because I think there's some decent. But we do have Lane Johnson getting ready to retiring. So we're definitely we definitely have a big need at offensive tackle. So I'm going to go with Blake Miller from Clemson.
Ooh, good choice. That's
That
a
is a
good
good choice.
selection because he's definitely going to be able to provide you guys some interior blocking, especially for what the Eagles are trying to accomplish. All right, so now comes the 24th pick. It belongs to the Cleveland Browns. Oof. This one's going to be mine. I'm having a hard time making that. They need absolutely
Pick a
need to
wide
have.
out.
I'm not going to no because Cleveland needs to if they're going to say Shador Sanders is our future, they need to be able to block for him. I don't know. Did anybody mention Monroe Freeling by the
Yeah,
team?
I took him at number 6.
Okay, I was making sure they need help.
Yeah.
Damn, so he's already going to Cleveland regardless. Doggone it, you guys, you
Is
stink.
Mr. Fano from Utah still on the board?
Nah,
Yes.
he was
Yeah,
Yeah,
gone.
he
was
is.
taken to
Caleb Luma. Yeah.
Lomu was on the board, yeah.
Lomu.
God, they're so.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just bite the bullet. What about Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver out of Indiana?
Ooh.
I mean, I know it is Cleveland. Cleveland is synonymous with always getting offensive picks for some reason, and then they being absolute bananas, dog bananas. But I'm not saying another word for it. But what is it? What is the tight end's name? Njoku or whatever? He's not there anymore. He's gone.
Yeah, they
He's
got
left
Harold
free.
Fannin now.
Yeah, he left to go to
Yeah.
free agency. You really don't have that extra piece for the model, as our good friend Matt would like to call him, the model citizen with Shador Sanders. So, all right, Shane, you are the 25th pick. You are the Chicago Bears. This is what we need Marcus on for this one too. But you are selecting for the Chicago Bears. Who are you choosing, Shane?
Man, Chicago, they recently let their center go back to Buffalo and Connor McGovern. So a guy like here is going to be Sam Hite out of Kansas State. A very good center. I think it might be a little bit of a reach, but you've got to try to get somebody to fill in the gaps here. Kind of got as many, other than losing DJ Moore, you got plenty of weapons on the offense. You kind of need to get a young guy in there at center and help learn. Also a guy that could fill in at guard if you needed. So I think it might be a little bit of a reach here to take a center, but I'm gonna take Sam out of Kansas State.
I mean, that's a safe pick. The 26th pick belongs to the Buffalo Bills. And because our guy Ben Rodriguez is not too far away from them, Ben, who are you selecting for the Buffalo Bills?
Now, before they they actually traded for DJ Moore. Was mocking Casey Concepcion to them a lot, but after that trade, that doesn't really make sense here. But considering that CJ Allen is not off the board yet, that'd be pretty surprising. That would be my pick here. Honestly, they'd probably run that up to the podium if he was still there. So yeah, CJ Allen out of Georgia. I mean, yeah,
That's a good pick. I like it. And that is a name that I've also wondered why we haven't checked anybody taken is Concepcion. He's a good wide receiver. I mean, that's the name that everybody has neglected so far. All right, so let's go to the 27th pick. Sticking in the same region as our guy Tim. It is with the San Francisco, the 49ers. Tim, who are you selecting for the Niners?
Before they went out and got Mike Evans and before they went out and got Christian Kirk in free agency, I actually had Jordan Tyson falling to them because of his injuries. I think he slides a little bit. They have a lot of glaring needs on the defensive side from what it looks like, edge, safety, corner. So, let's go with Colton Hood, the corner from Tennessee.
Wow.
He's a real lengthy corner, and, I just feel like the secondary in the 49ers needs to be beefed up just a little bit, and they seem like they have some great offensive pieces that they built around Brock Purdy and getting Mike Evans and Kirk. Now, let's go help on the defensive side and maybe take some pressure off of Nick Bosa and give a great corner to help keep that coverage tight. So Colton Hood, the corner from Tennessee.
I like that. That's a good steady pick. All right, our 28th pick goes to the Houston Texans. Our guy Mark Livingston is going to tell us. Mark, who is Houston taken at the 27th pick and why, sir?
All right. Well, the Houston Texans, like I said, they're definitely, very, very good team. I think they're really, really stacked. But I think that D'Amico Ryans, he puts a big, big emphasis on his defense. So with that pick, I'm going to go with defensive tackle from Texas Tech, Lee Hunter. I think he has good length, he has good footwork, strong hands. So yeah, I'm going to go with Lee Hunter from Texas Tech.
I dig it. I like it. There's a name that's not many people is mentioning as well, and I wonder if Shane's going to mention this one because the number 21-9 pick, it does belong to the Kansas City Chiefs. There is a name that's still on the board on defense. Shane, who are you selecting with the 29th pick for the Kansas City Chiefs?
With the 29th pick for the Kansas City Chiefs, let me go back. Did they have another pick? No, this is their first. No, yeah, they had another.
Yeah, they had the
9th overall.
Went Delaney,
number 9.
Yeah, went Delaney there. So with them needing the help on defense and stuff, I think you're going to look at a guy here, an edge rusher out of Texas A&M, Cassius Howell. Is one of those guys kind of the same kind of stature as that Mesidor Bain kind of deal, one of your bigger edge rushers, but definitely can get the job done and was probably one of the most dominant defensive edge rushers that we've seen in the SEC the past couple of years. So I'm gonna pick him here.
I mean that's a good option for them. It really is. Kansas City, they haven't had a solid defensive rusher really in a while, so it's a good option on there. All right, now comes the 30th pick. Goes to the Miami Dolphins. We're gonna go now. This is why I'm really surprised you didn't take. Miami has always had pretty decent corners. I can remember quite a few times that they ate a lot of quality wide receivers up because that's how good they were. Good shutdown corners. There's a cornerback that plays down the road from me, down the road from me in Atlanta. His younger brother is eligible for the draft, and we're talking about AJ Terrell, playing for the Atlanta Falcons, I have the Miami Dolphins selecting Avion Terrell, cornerback out of Clemson. And the reason being is because Avion is a good shutdown corner. Truthfully, I had hoped he would be in the second round for the Atlanta Falcons, because it would be pretty cool to have both Terrell brothers on the team. That's just my thoughts on that one, but I'm kind of corny like that one. But I'm saying Avion Terrell goes to the Dolphins at number 30. The 31st pick, New England Patriots, belongs to our guy, Mark Livingston. Mark, who are the New England Patriots selecting with the 31st pick?
The 31st pick for the Patriots, I think they're going to go. They're going to try to get protection for their quarterback. Drake May, like I said, is their future MVP guy. So you want to keep him upright. So I'm going to go with. Is Chase Besantis off the board yet from Texas A&M?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, he is. Yeah, okay.
I took him at.
Is he off the board?
Yeah.
I
He's off the board.
thought I saw somebody mention him. Well, darn. All right.
Yeah,
So
he's a Jersey guy too.
yeah. So I'm going to go with a reach on this one, because I think that, like I said, I think getting more weapons than for Drake May is going to be really, really good. I think their defense is pretty well stacked. So I'm going to go with Malachi Fields from Notre Dame, wide receiver.
Ooh, I dig it. Yeah, I dig it.
I love that player.
Don't lie, Ben. You know that's who you were wanting to take the whole
I
time.
debated on him with Philly, with that pick, but like I said, I went with the offensive line, but yeah, I like him a lot though.
Yeah, he's a nice tall receiver.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's fast.
I like
shifty.
Conception here.
He just has issues with
being on
preparation at
board.
times.
Yes, he has hard times breaking off, but I agree with you on this too, Shane. We have one pick left. Who's going to take Concepcion? Is he even going to? I mean, at this point, it belongs to the Seattle Seahawks. Are they going to get a steal in KC Concepcion, or are they going to get somebody else? And Shane, what a better person to ask than you for the 32nd pick, the final pick in the 2026 mock draft, first round for the Sportz Nutz. We will have second and third round later on. But Shane, who are the Seattle Seahawks selecting with the final pick in the first round?
Well, they badly need running back help, but I don't think that they're going to reach here for a running back. I could see them maybe taking a lineman here, but with him still being on the board and them needing help in the defensive backfield, I'm going to go ahead and take Jermon McCoy here from Tennessee. Kind of slipped down a little bit.
That's a lot of bet
to some mock drafts, but definitely with that need at corner, I would go him at this pick.
I dig it. And you're right also too, Shane. They need help at wide receiver. I mean, wide receiver at running back, really at running back, because you just literally you guys let your Super Bowl '60 MVP walk. Why? Just why? What do you guys think of the draft? Let us know what you think. Yeah, go ahead.
I could see the Seahawks trading out of this pick. Like, I know, we didn't do any trades in this mock draft, but don't be surprised that the Seahawks trade out of this pick, because I looked at it. They only have 4 picks in this year's draft. They have the 32nd, the 64th, whatever in the third round, and then they don't have another one until I think round 5 or 6. So, or I think it's round 6. So they could trade the 32nd pick, maybe get an extra third, fourth round, and maybe slide down just a couple of spots. A team like the Jets, who have a plethora of next year's first. The Steelers have 12 picks in this year's draft, so they could try to trade up and maybe get one of their guys and get that 5th-year option. And maybe that's where a player like Concepcion would go, because if I'm the kind of let your star player walk, you're going to need more pieces. And there are some great running backs that would be great round 2 and round 3 options. So
I agree, man. You hit the nail on the head. And look, just because we're done with our version of the mock draft doesn't mean we're done. We still have the second and third coming at a later date, but we still have a regular show to carry on with these Sportz Nutz. All right. So now that we have our good friends, Mr. Ben Rodriguez, Mark Livingston, our guy Tim Collins are here, we are going to talk while we are doing, obviously, we're doing the NFL draft. We still going to cover more sports because we are the Sportz Nutz. So it is officially here. If you guys, again, I hate saying this because it's true, but if you don't know what we're talking about, get out from under that rock, please. It is opening day. It is opening week. It is opening weekend. It is opening everything for baseball. Baseball is back. And by the way, the Atlanta Braves, they're laying the hammer right now on that Kansas City Royals backside. But it is here. First off, before we get any further, let's all say, yes, it's finally here. Can I get an amen? Baseball is here. Let's go.
All right, so I'm going to have to drop off here, guys.
Yeah, Mark, man, thank you for coming on. We appreciate you, brother. Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys, I'll be watching, but yeah, I gotta drop. I gotta eat something, man. So, all right,
you're good, man.
Y'all have a good rest of your show.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on, Mark. We appreciate it. All right, guys. So we saw something that absolutely knocked my socks off yesterday, and I guarantee you all probably are thinking the same exact thing. Are we seeing what we're seeing? What we're talking about? Paul Skeens. He got chased off the mound after a extremely bad, rough start. Just 2/3 of an inning. Give up 5 earned runs, an ERA of 67.67. What are everybody's thoughts about the first couple of games that we've all gotten to witness in this MLB season? And who do you think could maintain this hot start? So we're going to go with our guy, Shane. Shane, because he's watching the Braves right now as we're talking. But Shane, give us your thoughts so far on opening week, and who do you think could maintain this level of hot success to start the season?
So now that the kind of excitement of the first game's out the way, I completely despise this opening week BS. All 30 teams need to play on opening day. Doesn't matter if you start games at 12 o'clock. At least we're watching games from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning. But it just doesn't seem right how they've done it this year and kind of spread everything out. I mean, we're third day of baseball season. The Braves are playing their first game. It just doesn't seem right. But other than that, man, we've seen a few crazy things. I mean, Roman Anthony's still hot from the World Baseball Classic with an exit velo of over 110 miles an hour already this season. Unfortunately, it did hit the Reds' first baseman and gave him a pretty good bruise there, but he actually stayed in the game and finished it out. So props to him. But man, the Braves, as you mentioned, I'm watching. They're up 4-0 already on the Royals due to 3 deep balls. So it's another thing that we mentioned. The offense is going to be kind of key this year. And it's kind of been that way. I mean, we saw a guy that for the past 2 years has had a sub-2 ERA in the year, and he has 5 earned runs and not even an inning worth of work.
Yeah.
So
39 pitches, by the way. That was all he lasted was 39 pitches.
Yeah, well, that 39 pitches normally will get you midway through the 3rd inning in most ball games. Nowadays. So that's not a very good stat line that he had coming out the gate. And one of the biggest things is he going to have another sub-2 ERA year, which not very likely going forward right now. But man, as you mentioned, baseball's back, baby, and we all love it. Especially with the Braves playing their first game today, as hot as it was, it just felt like baseball is here.
Yes.
So definitely shout out to Major League Baseball and all the teams for the opening week events that have gone on, and man, the Braves nailed it. Which did you guys see the Giants video of the Star Spangled Banner? They did the smoke cloud over the bay, over the right field fence, over the whole bay of the American flag.
Really?
Yes, it's pretty awesome. If y'all
I'm
need
gonna
to
have to,
go
I'm
check
gonna have to
that
watch.
out.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so definitely that, and then seeing Camden Yards, how they did the new video board
Yeah,
introduction
how
where
they
they had
like
the
cut it
picture
and
of the
around, and then
hardwood.
just
Yeah,
it was a real big. I love that. Was a pretty cool little.
yeah,
I think
that
they
was
did
pretty
that one.
cool. It's pretty cool to see all the opening day kind of stuff that goes on at the ballparks that are actually able to host that first game, and get that excitement going into the stadium. So, just glad baseball season's here. Braves. This is one of 162 guaranteed. So strap in.
That's right. Let's get your popcorn ready, as they like to say. All right, Tim. What are your thoughts? I mean, it's back. It's baseball, baby. It's finally here, dadgummit, and it's so good to say it. What are you looking forward to most with this season?
Well, Brandon, I'm gonna be real honest with you, okay? Because I'm not gonna sit here and try to BS everybody. I've been out of the baseball scene for a while, okay, and I got I'm trying to get back into it, and Brandon, you talking baseball, and our friend John, and everybody that talks baseball to me, and when I had Marcus on my show, and he was talking about the Cubs and the White Sox, I was like, okay, maybe I can get back into this. I've been out of it for a while, but maybe I can get back into baseball. Opening the quote unquote opening night where we only saw the one game, the Yankees versus the Giants, and it was a 7-run shutout. It was like, really, like, we put that game as our first game, and it's a shutout in San Francisco. So I would have liked to have seen kind of what Shane said, have all 30 teams play at the same time, on the same day, not spread it out across 2-3 days and make it a 3-day event. No, it's called opening day for a reason.
It's
The
a
NFL
day.
has
It's
a
one
NFL
day.
kickoff. NFL kickoff is, the kickoff game is just that, the kickoff game. It is the first game of the season. If you are saying it is opening day, that means it's opening day, the whole day. So I really, I'm looking at Braves still 4-0 in the bottom of the 5th here. That's, exciting for Braves fans. Cubs lost. That was kind of a shocker that they got blown out by the Nationals like they did. But I'm really excited to get back into the world of baseball and talk baseball, not only with you, but everybody that loves baseball. So I am getting back into baseball. This is me getting back into baseball this season.
Amen, Ben. Dude, it's here. Come on, dude. It's baseball. It's summertime. You're legal now. You can go and drink a cold beer on a hot baseball day. What are you looking forward to most with regards to this baseball season, man?
So opposed to my, support for the New York Jets, I've watched my baseball team win a couple of championships. So, I mean, what I'm looking forward to most this year for the MLB is the disappointment of Yankee fans, because we all know it is, inevitable every single year. So I'm looking forward to, the Yankees eventually crumpling. Yeah, it's
That's usually
I feel like it's
left
a
for
yearly event.
the Mets, isn't it? Though. We like to pick on the Mets. It's always fun to pick on the Mets. Just saying, guys. Last we finally got to see it. Started last night. It's going to happen literally in 16 minutes. The second part of the Sweet 16 gets off, and it gets going. It was off with a bang. We saw one Cinderella team fall. They were the Darlings. They could have potentially been the first team to go from the first 4 in all the way to the Elite Eight. And we're talking about Texas. They lost. Literally, and this was the craziest game I have ever watched. I mean, he just tipped it at the last second, and they got the win. Congratulations. But the other Cinderella team is Iowa. And Shane, this, our guy Ben Willis said this, and I kid you not, guys, this was his text message. Wow. That was the first thing he said was, wow. And right after I said, what a game. And I mean, it's true. We have been really treated to one of the most enjoyable March Madness tournaments in quite some time. Oh man, but I'm gonna go right away to you, Shane. Who do you think wins tonight? And who do you think makes it all the way to the Final Four?
Well, as I mentioned before, that Duke St. John's matchup that's going on right now is a pretty good one. And if you look at it, both number one seeds that are playing right now are down. So, definitely going to be interesting. I think Alabama, Michigan are at halftime. Still early in the second half. Still got, I think, over 12 minutes left to go in the Duke game. It's very, very, very good games that we watched last night. For for something that we really didn't have, but a few close games, which were mainly kind of upset style games between lower seeds that we saw in the first, couple rounds of the tournament. We saw great games last night. I think, Iowa, man, I don't know how they leave anybody unguarded at the 3-point line after with less than 3 minutes to go in the game. They've proven time and time again this tournament that they hit those clutch 3-pointers. And I did see a funny meme today that like 6:16 left in the game, they showed Matt Rule on the jumbotron when Nebraska had a 10-point lead, and
Matt Rule.
They went scoreless for the next 5 minutes and 9 seconds. That lost them the game. What they were kind of saying, kind of all jokes aside, it's been a great Sweet 16 that we've seen. It's kind of sad that we're saying Sweet 16 because we only got 2 games tomorrow and 2 games Sunday, and then one, a couple more games, and then the final next
That's
week.
Right. It's almost here.
I guess it would be next week or the week after, whatever you want to call it. About 10 days. 10
That's
days
right.
we'll be crowning the national champion. Man, it's exciting to see, but sad to see as well because this kind of winds down. Because right after this, NBA playoffs start, and then that's getting over, and then it's just all time for baseball and racing.
That's right. Hey, our guy Ben had to leave. That's right. Our guy Ben did have to leave, but thank you, Ben, for coming on for the mock draft. We greatly appreciate it. Now comes everybody's favorite segment. It is the I promise you we're getting a new slide soon. It is the honorable mentions. What we do is we give you 1 to 4 sports stories that usually the mainstream media doesn't cover enough of, or they just don't cover. But we do because we're the Sportz Nuts, and we are nuts about sports. My first honorable mention, a huge shout out to everyone who got to attend the most enjoyable part of any sport. We mentioned it's not 3 days, it's 3 days long, but it is opening day, opening week, opening everything, but it was great. But congratulations to everybody who has gotten to see some amazing baseball to start off, and hope that everybody gets to have an even more enjoyable, high quality baseball season. Shane, give us your first honorable mention, please, sir.
My first honorable mention is going to go to Darius Acuff Jr. They came up, fell a little short last night in the game, but freshman star at Arkansas signed a major shoe brand deal before leaving college. Is the first player to sign a major U.S. brand while still in college. Cooper Flagg had his New Balance deal, but that was in high school before he went to Duke. So, he's signed with Reebok, first one to sign with Reebok since John Wall. So if that tells you how long ago it's been since Reebok's had a signature shoe in the NBA. Definitely want to shout out to Darius Acuff Jr. and that feat. Definitely going to be interested to see what kind of shoe Reebok can come out with.
Quick, hi, Ralph. Good to see you. Thank you for coming on. We greatly appreciate you. And Jerry White, good to see you. Daryl just said Owens, so that's for you.
D's on.
All right, Tim, give us your first honorable mention, sir. Go ahead.
Can I just add real quick to what Shane said about Darius Acuff? I want to give also a shout out to him. This isn't my mention, but I just want to add to. he is got the most points scored by a freshman in NCAA in the first 3 games in tournament history with 81 points. So, he's not the reason that they lost. He put up 81 points in the first 3 games of the NCAA tournament, most by a freshman ever. So big shout out to him. And, probably arguably the greatest Arkansas basketball player to play at least at point guard. So, but my honorable mention
the second,
is going to be a shout out.
Oh, hold on, Tim. I got one for you. Just because I know you're going to love this. He was only the second player ever to average 30 points and 5 assists through the first 2 games in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is a stat you cannot see. All right, Tim, go ahead, man.
So my honorable mention, I mean, we kind of just talked a little bit about it with Iowa, but Iowa makes its first Elite 8 appearance since 1987, the year I was born. So, big shout out to Iowa for finally getting it done. They got lucky with that tip in like we were talking about, but it is their first appearance since 1987. So one could arguably say that they made it, and then I was, conceived. I don't know, but
I love it. I love it.
Sorry, I was trying to make a joke. It wasn't that funny.
No, I love that. Was awesome. My second honorable mention, congratulations to Will Wade. What? Yes, he's returning to LSU on a 7-year deal.
Ooh.
And you know this. He led your dad's Wolf Pack to some pretty successful campaigns. More like 2.
No, it was just 1 season this year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this year. And that was why I said this, because it was so quick. Like he's bounced around. Obviously, he had a little bit of a turmoil to his name.
I can tell you one thing. Whatever they're doing down at LSU is just, for some reason, it is shady business practices in my book, because they had the whole deal going on with Lane Kiffin. And then the report comes out that they're going to sign Will Wade away from NC State before they even fire their coach.
Yeah, that's
there's
little sketchiness going right there.
Of course, the AD was Will Wade's AD at McNeese State too, as well. So that could have something to do with it.
Little nepotism going on there. That's just how we see it. But congratulations to Will Wade, going back to your roots where you got fired. But yet you're back at LSU. Shane, give us your second honorable mention, sir.
My second honorable mention, and I'm on a string of these, but Charlotte Hornets rookie Con Knippel, youngest player ever in NBA history to hit 250 3-point field goals in a single year, which is still leading 253 point. So shout out to Con Knippel. The Hornets, if they can just stay in this playoff play-in hunt, they're one of those teams that are going to be. We really don't want to face them, but if we got to, we have to.
Yep. Absolutely. I will also tag on that too, Shane. I'm thankful that we don't have to play you guys in the play-in anymore. Atlanta has solidified themselves no worse than the 6th seed now. They can't play in the play-in anymore because of their record, but they still are mathematically in it for to go all the way to the 4th seed in the playoffs. Hello, do you not remember we were talking about this? What, Shane? Not even like a month ago, even. The Hawks were the laughing stock. They barely were in the playoffs. I mean, they were holding on by the hair of their chins on that 10th seed, and hello, they have a chance to play in the 4th. That's to be the 4th seed. That is mind-boggling. And I got to quote my good friend Matt Thomas for saying, "Trey who?" Exactly. All right, Tim, give us your next honorable mention, please, sir.
Okay, so this is kind of a head scratcher to me, and it's NBA Hall of Famer George Gervin willing to do whatever it takes to have Caleb Williams not get the Iceman trademark.
I thought this was a fake story. I read this.
My issue with this. So I'm sitting here, and it flashed up. Like, it actually flashed up on an Instagram page that I'm in, like this group, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then it kind of flashed up, on my sports apps today. And my question is, though, is like, Does he not remember UFC fighter Chuck Liddell, who went by Iceman? How come he didn't have a problem with Chuck Liddell saying Iceman? Was it because Liddell would have whooped him or what? But I think this is a silly thing. People get nicknames all the time. Kudos to Caleb Williams for being like, hey, I want it trademarked. I want it to be my thing, to be associated with me. You should have done it years ago, George. So I don't know why you're making a big deal of it right now when Chuck Liddell used to be called the Iceman when he fought. So that's all I have to say.
Absolutely. I love it. And when I read that story, I was like, is this real? We're literally having a debate about why is he getting called before I was before him, blah, blah, blah. Like, this is just high school drama stuff.
When I seen that, I was like, I hope nobody else picks this because I want this story.
I love it. My third and final honorable mention, April the 3rd. Why? Thank God I can say this now, by the way. The WNBA will hold their expansion draft for both Toronto and Portland. This is big because, Shane, you know this. We literally, up until a few days ago, we didn't even know if there was going to actually be a WNBA season. We had all kind of started mentally preparing ourselves. This was it. They're not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And they got the deal done. And now we're having the expansion draft, April the 3rd. The regular draft is a week later. Thank goodness for that. So welcome back, WNBA. Shane, give us your third and maybe your final honorable mention, sir.
Yeah, and to your point, reports came out this evening that the Connecticut Sun are sold and will be relocating to Houston.
Okay.
So the tag
there was that debate.
I was just about to say that.
There was that debate that they were considering relocating. So it's official. There you go, folks. You heard it right there. Shane.
I'm not going to try to pronounce the name, but sold for $300 million.
Yeah.
Woo. Man.
300
Welcome
million,
back, Houston. By the way, the Houston Comets, they're back. All right, Shane, third honorable mention. Go ahead, buddy.
Well, my third and final honorable mention that I got is going to go to the UConn women's basketball team. 53 straight wins after their dismantling in the second half of UNC. That put them there. They only had a 5-point lead going into halftime, but I think Gino might have said something to them in the locker room to get them pumped back up.
A little fire in that backside, that's for sure.
Yeah, but man, 53 straight wins is just a ridiculous number in current climate of college athletics, no matter what division, what sport. I mean, it could be competitive tiddlywinks if you wanted to get into it. 53 straight wins is an incredible feat, and seeking their second straight national title, going into the Elite Eight, definitely by far the number one overall seed in everybody's minds coming into the tournament, and they're definitely proving it. But definitely shout out for 53 straight wins.
Yep, and so the other two, because they're the third now, the other two belong to. Number 2 belongs to Northern New York University women's. They just lost after their 92nd straight win. But the number 1 belongs to the UConn women, 111 straight. So, Gino, man, he whatever he's on, I'll have a sip of that because he knows how to get it done. All right, Tim.
It's going to be interesting after he retires.
Exactly. Who's going to follow in his footsteps on that one? All right, Tim, give us your third and final honorable mention, please, sir.
Well, it's going to be the Dallas Cowboys, and this could be good and it could be bad because E.J. Smith, the son of former NFL legend and all-time leading rusher Emmitt Smith. So E.J. Smith said he will work out for the Cowboys during their workouts. Now, this could be good and it could be bad because, I mean, just because he's the son of Emmitt Smith doesn't mean he's going to be great. I mean, look at Brandon Rice when the Chargers drafted him and he kind of went – so just because he's the son of a Hall of Famer and a legend doesn't mean he's going to be great. But, I mean, if you're the Cowboys, like, you have to kind of entertain this idea because Emmitt Smith had such a great career for you. So maybe they go and find their long-needed running back that they have lacked since Zeke Elliott. And, you know, they can finally have a strong run game in Dallas.
I like it. Hey, I like it.
And
That was a lot.
well, don't they do that with kind of wasn't who was it from Kansas State? He got to call his son on draft day. So you want to come
Oh,
work with pops?
Deuce. What is his name? He said,
Vaughn,
Deuce
he,
Vaughn?
yes. He said, you want to
Yeah,
come to work with dad? And he's like, yeah, I'd like to come
yeah.
work with you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that was a pretty cool moment. So I mean, it's great to see those moments, but with what they're
Mhm.
doing, be it because of who his dad was.
Yep. Excuse me. Again, I apologize. Absolutely. Y'all, we've had a
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Whoa.
We have had a fantastic episode. We want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight to our mock draft. Thank you to Mark. Thank you to Tim, to Ben Rodriguez for coming on and really helping make this a signature. We will still do the second and third round at a later date. Hopefully, we'll have our guys Ben and Matt on as well. So really excited. Real quick, the Sportz Nutz has a competition going on, and we need your help. We need you to send us an email message via either Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. As apparently there's a new social media called Facegram. Just saying. But you have a chance to make this 2 permanent segments in our show. All you got to do, give us 2 topics you'd like us to talk about and why you think it should be permanent, and we will put them on there. Email it to Brandon Keeler on radio@gmail.com. You have until April 26th. Please send those picks in. Here's a quick rundown of the upcoming episodes. Episode 210 will be Monday, March 30th. Coach Vince of Straight Sports Talk with Coach Vince joins the show. He's going to talk about the Midwestern Bulldogs and the Detroit Lions and more. Wednesday, is episode 211, April 1st. No, it's not April Fool's joke. There is an episode lined up. April 3rd, which is Friday, episode 212. Tyler McBride of NFL Production Crew and also a ringside pro wrestling play-by-play announcer joins the show. Really excited about that one. And then episode 213, Monday the 6th, our good friend Kanoa Leahy joins the show. Remember, he was with us on episode 100. He is going to talk to us about some UH stuff. So we're really excited to have him on. With that being said, for everybody who tuned in to the show tonight, who will be watching in the coming days, thank you guys so much. We really do appreciate it. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We just hit our year-end goal. Our year-end goal is 8,500. We are at 5,600 right now. Also, give us a follow on Facebook. Help us get to 2,500. Twitter page to 5,500 and my TikTok page to 5,500, as well as my Instagram page to 4,500. With that being said, we want to say thank you to Ben. Thank you to Tim. Thank you to our good friend, Mark Livingston. Shane, give us your final goodbyes, sir.
Oh yeah, well, as always, man, we appreciate y'all letting us bend your ear for a little bit this evening. It was a great episode to have our mock draft and have all of our friends on here to talk a little bit of junk back and forth about some of these picks. So definitely enjoy. But be safe. Y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Somebody's trying to call, but as always, be safe out there. May the good Lord bless you. Peace, love, and bacon grease.
Peace, love, and bacon grease indeed. Tim, give your quick goodbyes, sir.
Yo, Brandon, Shane, thank you guys for having me on the show. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I could answer the call and be a part of this mock draft. It was a lot of fun. Guys, make sure you're liking, subscribing to this channel because you do not want to miss what the Sportz Nuts are doing. Also, if you ever want to talk ball, I'll answer the call.
I love it. As I always tell you guys, peace up, A-Town down wise, the greatest sports city ever was. You have a fantastic weekend and enjoy the great sports that are coming. Enjoy this weather. Until then, enjoy this outro that Matt has created for us. Goodbye.